supposed to, by the way? Have you got like
special
people
music? Yeah.
Hair's on point.
Hair's on point. Don't worry. It's looking good.
Oh, hello.
Right, everybody. Welcome back to one of our weekly bite-sized webinars. I hope you had a good week so far, and I hope you are looking forward to a fantastic weekend. You will see that we have the fantastic Will Murphy, we have the wonderful Carl Horton, we have me, and I am absolutely thrilled to say that we have David Collins from Trycare joining us this evening. Hi, Dave.
It took a big deal to get me on, but you know.
Yeah, we sorted it with your agent.
Yeah, it's hard, man, to get in touch
Loads
with,
of money.
Oh
no, we're going to come on to that. So, Dave, do you like David or Dave?
I'm easy.
Or
Kate,
Mr.
I don't
Collins?
mind.
We know you're easy, mate, but what about your name?
What about your name?
Let's go with David then, Kate. A bit more.
David.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Excellent. We're going to have another chit chat this week about random bits, no doubt, because we have got Will Murphy and Carl Horton. So I dare say some of the bits may be random. I'm going to kick off with you, Carl Horton, and ask you how your week has been so far. So yes, you.
I can't remember.
Do you want me to help you?
It's been a blur. Yeah, it's been nice. It's been a good week. Yeah, I'm busy again. Some interesting new sort of SOPs coming out in the practices. So just changing the way that they work. Found a virus killer in a practice yesterday, and was asked why I hadn't turned it on. I didn't. It was just a white box in the corner. I didn't realise we had to turn it on. So this is live, isn't it? So people are listening to. I did turn it on, and I used it all the way through the procedure.
And it was busy killing viruses.
It was busy killing viruses. Yeah.
Mashed them up, spat them out.
That's it. It wasn't on red at any time.
What I did do is it had child lock on it, so I pressed that so nobody else could turn it off. But yeah, just
consoles wise, we've had quite a few consults.
Loads again, just stacked out with the consults. Lots and lots of consults coming in. But, you know, more than we had pre-lockdown. So yeah, back in February, whenever that was, it's a bit of a blur, isn't it? Kind of all.
It's like you're going to say back in the day.
I don't know whether it's age that it all starts to get a bit jumbled up, or whether it's just whatever it is. Yeah.
Perhaps your beard growing into your ears like that.
Yeah. You noticed I'm sporting different headphones as well. That's the reason.
Much to our disappointment.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can go and get them, but you might hear screaming. Fortnite beckons at the moment. I don't know what time it is. Yeah. And so work-wise, running, done a bit more running. So achieved another half marathon in a little bit. Yeah. Which I was pleased about. Managed to avoid falling in the canal. And I find that sort of like pre-COVID, people used to kind of be quite friendly and say hello to you. And either I've got uglier or people are more scared, because I find people kind of do that as I'm running towards them. Or just don't talk.
So they go, it's him. It's him.
It's that weird Forrest Gump bloke. But yeah, you know, and just adapting to a couple of new things. Obviously, there's some new rules and regs coming out, a little bits and bobs like that. And then can I say what we're up to, by the way? What we're organising. Am I allowed to mention
You've started now. You've started.
Can I plug it a little bit?
Well.
Go on.
I'm nodding. I'm nodding.
Tiny bit. Well, we're trying. I'll tell you what. I'll generalise it.
Enough.
What? Stay tuned for a charitable event that we're trying to get organised. Is that enough?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There we go then.
Yes.
Nice.
So been busy trying to get that up and running. So that's taken up a fair bit of time. And otherwise, nothing really. Trying to find out some new things on Netflix. There ain't much on. So yeah, that's about my life.
Moving swiftly on then. Mr. Murphy, give us an insight of your Monday to Thursday.
Yeah, well, this is my week. So Thursday is the new Friday for me this week because I'm off tomorrow.
Ooh.
So that's
nice.
good. And been nice and busy. Lots of implanting. 5 add-ins today, Dave.
Brilliant, Well.
Hey.
Liking it.
All right,
Thank
cheer you up. Yeah.
You should be saying, David, only 5. That's what you should be saying.
I know. Tut.
Disgraceful, Will. Disgraceful.
Did you say today? Did you say today?
Today. Yeah. Today.
Only.
Need to up the game. Up the game. But
If anyone can, Will Murphy can.
But I've been able to save myself 5 minutes by putting rubber dam on the patient's head like this. And that brings your fallow time down or something, doesn't it? Are they the new rules?
They are. They are indeed.
It doesn't specify where the rubber dam has to go.
Do you know what? I never thought about that. You just have to use it. Which brings it onto a whole new meaning, doesn't it? You just
the lawyer's mind, you see, just kind of like picking over the small print.
Yeah.
So there you go. Don't blame me. It was all legit. My lad. So yeah, that's it really. Yeah, back on the bike again, a bit of cycling. Just can't get consistency in my exercise. It's I go through good spells of being on it constantly, and then it's kind of like it all goes off and then it's sort of back on a little bit. So there you go.
So you two were saying last week, and I know obviously during lockdown, as in when we were coming back into work, you guys were saying about your energy levels and that, having a full day back at work has been exhausting. You both sort of said the same the last couple of weeks. Well, certainly you, Carl.
Do you know what? I was thinking that. I thought, I hope I don't look too knackered when this all comes back on again, because I'll stay away. I want to make it look like I'm actually interested in talking to you guys. So I am, by the way. But they're coming up a little bit. But again, even just doing the consultations, it's almost like that extra little bit of brain power just seems to be a little bit draining. More, maybe I just notice it more. Maybe it's always been like that. Yeah. And the fact that you can't do some of the social things that you could do before. Maybe that's what it is, and it's just a bit more obvious.
Especially when it gets dark. I don't know about you, but it's kind of like as soon as it starts getting dark. In the summer, I can stay awake and bouncing around, and not that I've got that sad thingy, but it definitely makes a difference to your overall energy levels. I think I don't know how you find that, Dave. You're probably constantly on the road, and
not much on the road now, Will, because meetings are a lot few. I'm still doing a lot of meetings, but whereas I used to be on the road all day, every day, it's I'm working from home today, for instance. I'll probably do, at the moment, doing 2 days at home. But on the evenings, I'm always out with one of the children, with the football. I still coaches, So I'm under the floodlights. So it's almost like being in the sunshine under the floodlights.
Yeah.
So it gives you that glow. Yeah, so I'm just on the go constant. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning, starting, and I tend to get 3 or 4 hours sleep, and I always have, as I think I just always on the go. So it's different for you guys though, because you're mental. The mental fatigue you must have, rather than
we are mental.
No, yeah, you're right. We are mental. Yeah.
Rather than just the physical side of things, with the job that you do, it must be draining. It must be physically, mentally exhausting at times.
David, during lockdown, I've obviously had several conversations with you.
Yeah.
Can you? I mean, I know, but if you could share with us the insight of what it was like for you, because I know a lot of people will think that you might have been sitting there drinking coffee and watching Netflix, but it was quite the opposite for you. With Trycare.
About 10 o'clock at night for 3 months. It was madness. You was only meant to go out once, as you know. But where we live in Knoll, I know you know Knoll, well, you've got to practice. Yeah. So you come out of where we live on Purnell's Way, come out onto Station Road, and there's a bridleway. It's a path. I don't know if you know it, and it takes you around the back of Arden School. And there's like 2 private pitches, massive field, football pitch, rugby pitch, huge field. If you do 2 laps of the field, it's a kilometre. So every morning, Scarlett, because she's an athlete, she runs for the Borough and County Netball. So I was going with my daughter, who's 12 at the time, and she was doing about 8 kilometres. or she built up to 8 kilometres. So I was on my bike. So I'd do that with Scarlett. I'd go back, and then I'd go back with Jake on my bike. He would do sprint sessions one day, hill runs. He'd have 100 free kicks. I'd put in 100 crosses for him to get his head on or volley. And then he'd jog back and I'd cycle back. And when I got back, because I hadn't seen anyone, because it wasn't even 9 o'clock by this time, then I'd go out taking Cody for a walk with Joanne. We'd be out for another hour, and that's when we'd actually see probably 1 or 2 people. It was dead. There was just no one in. It wasn't even dog walkers. It was crazy. So we'd do that. Obviously, my dad's on his own, dementia. So then I'd go and see my dad. He was in the bubble. I'd come back. I mean, there was no customers or work for literally all of April and May. Then I started to get all the phone calls in June. But for pretty much 2.5 months, it was relentless. Exercise, training. We come up with so many new games in the garden. We bought, I think, all sports equipment sold out on the internet, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
I mean, I've converted my garage into a gym, so I do my own training as well on the pads, do my pad work and weights or whatever, and then do lunch, go and see my dad, come back, do another walk with Cody, start making tea, and it was just before you knew it, it was like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and it was like the days are just flying by. But
so
the kids were so fit, by the way. When they went back to their, Jake done a bleep test with Stratford Town, his team, on the first training session back, and most of the kids dropped out about 4 units before Jake did. He just carried on going. He was like a Duracell bunny, but I knew he would because he'd been training every day for 2.5. He didn't have a rest day. He wouldn't. What he called a rest was doing stretches and resistance bands and that kind of stuff, but he'd still do upper body weights to keep himself. Yeah, so they were in fantastic shape. I've got to say, we actually enjoyed it. It was a worrying time because I was furloughed. I put my mortgage on hold and for the mortgage holiday and the car repayments, but I had to just get that out of my head, otherwise it's going to drive you insane not knowing what's going to happen. So I just thought I'm going to make the most of this, which we did. And
how do you feel your company are adapting now? And did that time give you and the powers that be in the company a bit of time to think about, map out how the future's going to look within the environment of dentistry?
Without a doubt, well, because there's 19 area sales managers within the company, and I'm the surgical business manager, so I do. Separate to them, I'm very much dealing with implantologists, as you know, some hospitals, oral surgeons, and the implant courses. So I was up and running again there's a lot of implant guys getting back before NHS dentists. So I was getting all the PPE sorted for a lot of these guys, Kate and Carl, you as FFP2 masks, etc. So that was the first sort of month or two on reusable gowns, washable gowns or sterile gowns, masks. That was all the business was for a month. So everyone was still furloughed. And then a lot of implant guys started getting back in touch with me. So I spoke to them about coming back part-time. And we had a record month. We had a record September. We had a record September, considering that's only really the first full month back. We were back in July and August, but it was still a little bit, it was good, but September was superb. But that was only with me on the road and 2 others doing part-time. The rest are still furloughed. So it goes to show it. I mean, what happened?
You're the man, Dave.
Well, it wasn't.
That's what it shows.
I've got to say as well, I must have had personally about 40 or 50 new people contact me through people giving them my number. And I helped them out with PPE, and now they're coming on.
It's on Tinder.
They're coming on now for bone materials and membrane and drapes and gowns and implants, because I helped them during the tough times. A lot of them have just completely forgotten now, and I haven't heard of them again, which you knew that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But this happens. But a good 10 or 15 of them now have become really good firm customers because I've helped them, looked after them. So on the end of the phone, as you all know, 24 hours a day, like a sado. That's why I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. But the company's going. I think Trycare is going to go from strength to strength, and most of the implant customers that I've dealt with for years are all telling me they're chock-a-block, fully booked, getting busier and busier all the time. Yeah. And I only see good coming from this from a business point of view. It sounds terrible because I know a lot of practices probably have to shut, but they will probably be the NHS practices that haven't got the the private part to it.
Why do you think that is with the implant side of things? Because we were trying to sort of mull over what the reasons might be for that last week.
Well, I think my personal opinion, Will, when we was on lockdown, we still had builders in Knoll. There was about 5 extensions within 200 yards of my house going on during lockdown. People couldn't go on holiday, and the cash they put away to have good holidays, they were either having extensions, buying new cars, or looking after themselves appearance-wise. And I think, I spoke to the UK manager, Hugh Freedy, and he's adamant that the spare cash people have got now, they are spending it on their teeth, on their health. And people that were going abroad to get it done can no longer go abroad, or certainly not safely. So we seem to be getting more patients that want work done now, I think.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. It might not be correct, but that's from people I've spoken to. And of course you've got, I was speaking with one of my, do you remember well, I better not say the names, in case I watched. There's a guy in Ipswich anyway. He's an implantologist. He's a previous delegate from cohort 17, and a few practices around by him have shut, not reopened, and he's getting a lot of their patients. And they were NHS and he's private, and they need work done, and he's absolutely snowed under with work. There's just one more thing. There's a guy in Cheshire who he's open 7 days a week. He's called it 777. I don't know if that's his actual practice. 7 in the morning, 7 till 7 at night, 7 days a week, and he's booking patients in. He's absolutely. He just can't get enough time in the day.
It's like 6 in the morning till 6 at night.
I said to him, "You should have been 4 like me. You're not very committed."
Is he called Damien?
4 a.m. till 7 o'clock, 7 days a week.
Yeah. Well, mate, you see, this is the difference between Will's questions and my questions, because I think, did you say 100 crosses that you sent? I was starting to feel guilty there. I think I go out in the garden and I'm like 1st to 10. Then we're back in again.
You're too soft. You're too soft on the lad. That's the problem, you see. I reckon Dave rules with an iron fist. The iron coach, they call him.
I'm a big softy with the kids. The thing is, Will, I swear to you on this. Jake and Scarlett, first day of lockdown, because obviously I used to be a martial arts coach and a fitness coach to a degree before I started this job. Both of them said to me, "Dad, I want you to do us an itinerary that's going to," both of them said it to me, "and this is what we want to do." And each day I'd say, "You sure you want to go out today? You want to?" And yeah, they were so up for it. I never once got them to do it, ever. Brilliant. They were so, and they wanted to do them. I had to actually calm them down to not do too much. But if they don't make it in any capacity in any sport, I just think generally their mentality in life now. I think if you do it, whether you do it in sport or business or work or wherever it is, you've got that. They've got that mentality now. Yeah. And I saw it coming through anyway. But I think the lockdown has really highlighted that. I can see their commitment and their drive, which is great for the future, because you don't know what they're going to do, So
right, there you go, Carl. Another 50 crosses tomorrow morning.
Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it.
Yeah, come on. Well, sort it out. Sort your parenting
I've got to step up. I've got to step up here, Kate, because we've got the rugby man. And we've got the football guy over here. Well, I don't know what I've got to do. Well, he runs, doesn't he? So I've just got to keep up with him. That's why I'm doing those long runs on Sunday mornings.
So, David, I mean, I'm familiar with the work you do, Carl and Willie, but I want you to share. It's not just the work that you do as a surgical business manager. I know that I think you said you and Will, is it in a couple of weekends' time, you got some work coming up, or it's past with the faculty?
Oh yeah, well we're down in London, aren't we?
Down in London at King's College, isn't it? Is it Brixton? I think it's a bit of a road show. It's moved from at the Royal College of Surgeons to St George's at Tooting.
I know.
And then was at Heathrow. You wasn't at Heathrow.
With a nomadic implant course, aren't we? So
moving around a bit. Yeah. But I actually emailed Dermot, the clinical directors for the course, Dermot McNulty and Nigel Jones today, just to make sure it's still on, because obviously there's going to be 30, 40 of us.
Yeah.
Within a bit, not a small space, but I've not seen where we're going to be doing the lectures and the meetings and the hands-on, but it's quite a confined space, the hands-on, over the Saturday and Sunday, and I'm fine to go. Doesn't concern me really, but I just making sure it's still on. But as far as they're aware, it's going ahead. So yeah, we're premium sponsors at the implant diploma, so it's not, it's everything from the drapes and games. I'm taking MP3 Evolution, the bone materials and the membrane, the bone screw kits. We support them with that, so I'm taking some more screws to fill up the kits. Sutures, saline. I've got the Pisa meds from W&H. We're doing bone surgery and sinus surgery with the Pisa meds over the weekend. So it draws in so many different aspects to the business. With the surgical side of things, it isn't just implants. There's so much more to it. On the last cohort at Heathrow, delegates actually spent over 15,000 in one day with me there, and it was everything from few 3D instruments, implant fixture kits, luxators for extractions. Had a deal on the day and sold 10 of those kits. Some implants went, implant drills. People that don't buy our implants love the drills. The drills are, as you know, pretty amazing. Last forever.
Why are they amazing? Tell me why. Why are they amazing?
Well, they're called DLC, diamond like carbon. So they're as tough as, in their natural form, they're as tough as diamond, but slick as Teflon. So the way I always gauge. Pardon?
Like
yourself, did you say, Will?
Yeah. You are Dave the Deal. I mean, can I also say you've missed a trick there, because when we first started doing this, Carl used to have his logo in the background. You should have got like the Trycare in behind you, the big logo, bit of merch.
I didn't really know it was all about me, Will, until about an hour ago, and then I was doing the kids' tea, and I was like, oh my God, well, it wasn't an hour ago, it was a couple of hours when it came, when I was still out.
Yeah.
Working, but oh God, so diamond like carbon. So the drills, I didn't realize most drills with most implant companies are throwaway or single use or maybe 5 usages. My first implant customer was Nigel Jones 10 years ago, and he didn't replace his drills for about 5 years, and I said to him, are you using someone else's drills? He said, Dave, these drills are like, he said they just don't wear out. I said, well, how will you know when they wear out? He said, when it doesn't feel like a hot knife going through butter, because they still feel like that now. He said they're amazing. So I must have 50, 60 guys that buy adding drills, but don't buy the implants because the drills are so good and it just lasts forever, as you well, I say forever, but probably 100 or 200 usages. However hard the bone is, they don't seem to.
They are good. I'll vouch for that. Sorry, other implant companies.
That's the way it is, isn't it?
There's other implant companies out there and other implant systems, but I think. Well, just so you tell me, I think Adding can be pretty safe in saying they've got the best drills in the world. They do say that, and I think I can't say that about the implants, because obviously everyone's got opinions about that.
Like a Carlsberg advert.
If anybody can come up with a better drill.
Well, you know what I say, David? I think that, the implants really are dependent on the people that put them in.
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah.
Very true. You get a better opportunity with Adding, though, because of the price.
I hadn't finished though, mate. I hadn't finished because I was going to big you up a little bit more, because it is. So for me, it depends on, and I'm sure we'll agree, it's the service that you get with the implant, and 100%. The service that you provide, I think, is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And I initially started using a Swiss brand, which I will still use, because again, back in the day, I mean, we're talking 20 years ago now, the service I got from their rep
You haven't qualified that long ago. Well, come on.
You know.
Slick.
Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Thank you. You're amazing. So 20 years ago when I just graduated, because the support from a certain rep from Birmingham also, who's probably a bit higher up the ladder now, was really good, you know, and you know, a message to all implant companies out there, this makes a big difference. And I think when they go off the boil, then, you know, they probably know about it.
Yeah.
Says I.
Yeah, you know, it's true though, isn't it? I mean, that's the big thing. And you know, David, I mean, it's, you know, hats off. And Keith as well, who works in your company. I think that you guys have been absolutely phenomenal. So when I used to do a little bit of the old general work, when we were still in nappies, you know, Trycare again were fantastic on both counts, from the general practice side to the implant side. And looking forward to using that new guided kit, by the way. Looking forward to that.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I hear Will's got a bit of envy going on there. I'm going to have to speak to you about this, Anna, Will.
Yeah, going to have to get with it, I'm afraid, like the young people, you know.
Yeah, you'd have to get, yeah.
These analog dinosaurs like me.
Oh, these drills don't wear out, mate. I'll just let you borrow it. It's not a problem.
Thanks very much. Oh, yeah.
I mean, joking aside, David, I mean, I have got to echo the customer service, and I have got to sort of point right at you, because Trycare are fantastic and great, but we deal with self. And I mean, I kid you not, and I'm sure Will say the same. I mean, we could order something with you at 1 o'clock today. It's there tomorrow. I mean, it's a given, and it is there tomorrow. So that for us is second to none. But it is down to you as well, because as you said a few minutes ago, the hours that you put in. So the biggest question for us all is, how do we replicate you? How do we have a David Collins?
Well, I think it's just the way I am personally with in life and in business and anything I've ever done. If I'm having a builder comes to a quote, or anything to do with my house, and somebody says they're going to call me tomorrow at 10 o'clock, or they're going to come, whatever, I said, are you sure? Because I'm going to be home. And then it doesn't happen. That's it for me. Then I don't give them a second chance. If I don't hear from them, that drives me mad. It's like a pet hate. So I always make sure if anyone gets in touch with me, now business is done 90% on WhatsApp, as you know. I do with Will. I told you about the deal I was doing on the implants via WhatsApp. We do it all the time, Carl and Kate, on WhatsApp. It's so much easier now, because you send me a message. It doesn't matter if I'm in a meeting. I'm never in a meeting for more than an hour. You know I'm going to get back to you. You see them 2 blue ticks, I've got back to you. So business is far easier to conduct with WhatsApp. It might not suit everybody, but that's how it is. So if I don't reply, I'm going to reply shortly. And I'm actually a bit OCD. I can't bear leaving messages. So if I'm on the road and I see something and I know I've got to reply, I'll pull up in the services. I won't get to my destination. I have to reply, and I have to make sure that it's been done. Not because I'm trying to suck up or trying to be anything other than I just need to let people know, customers, people in your positions placing implants need answers pretty quickly. A bit different to just NHS practices needing to order some composite just to stock up. A lot of the time it's really important. So I just make sure that whatever needs doing gets done. If I haven't got an answer, I'll get an answer. And that's just me personally. And we're trying to make that a bit of a template within Trycare. However many of the area sales managers come back and get back full time and carry on working, hopefully we're going to get majority of people working like that. But I think it's in you whether you're going to be like that or not. And I know it is for me, and it always has been, and it always will be. I enjoy it so much. I've made some great friends, met some lovely people along the way. I'll do what I can for you all the time, as you know. I'm not commission based. I'm senior management, so I'm not commissioned on anything. So if I can get you a better price, I'll always do that for you. Get you the best product, price, and service is always how I've been driven. So hopefully, majority of people that deal with Trycare get something similar. But unless you actually deal with me directly, I don't know if the other guys are doing what I do. I can't expect.
Don't worry about all of them.
No.
You just look after.
Okay.
And that's Will as well.
Your company actually, David. I mean, we're fairly new to yourself, but your company as a whole, I've known through Keith as well. And I mean, I remember before I did the implants, I did the perio, and there were some bits of equipment that I wanted on the periodontal side, and your company didn't sell it, but as a company, through Keith, what you did is you actually went and got it and purchased it on my behalf as a reseller. And I thought that was phenomenal. And I didn't actually realize you'd done that up until the equipment broke, and we needed to sort of do a little bit of repair on it. And even that you sorted out for me. So as a company, just blows me away, the service that we get from you guys. Absolutely phenomenal.
It is a team thing. Obviously, I put the orders through to the office. The warehouse is separate now to the office because we've grown so big over the last 10 years. So the orders go down to the warehouse. They have to pick them, pack them, get FedEx to pick it up. Then obviously we rely on the couriers to get it to you. But the teamwork is superb within from guys like myself to the office to the warehouse and out to you guys. It's me that gets the praise off the customers, but obviously the office and the warehouse play a massive part in the purchasing to make sure the stock's always in. It plays a massive part. It's big. It's a massive team at Trycare. It started off as a very, very small. When I joined, there was one sales guy and me, and a few people in the office, and that was it. He left, and it was me on my own. And now there's sort of 19 sales guys and must be 90 people employed by Trycare now. We turn over 10 times the amount we did when I first joined. So, we've grown, but we're still a very family friendly. I think we're the only British-based, British-owned dental supplying company now in the UK.
All the more reason, mate. All the more reason to get me on.
There we go. I mean, that's good. Family-run business, we very much have that feel.
It feels like that, actually, I must admit. The other question I was going to ask, I mean, you mentioned about the fact you were doing a lot of Zoom meetings, and even now you're not traveling as much as you were.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be the way forward for you guys? Are you seeing that as something that's going to be more permanent in the way? Is that changed the whole
unless there's a vaccination, work? Unless there's a vaccination, Carl. But I found that being at home, I was in Yeovil last week, actually, Will, with Danny from she's someone you're mentoring, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm glad you qualified that.
And if customers need to see me, I'm there. It's not a problem. But before COVID, if I was going to say I went down to Yeovil to see a customer, I wouldn't go all the way down to Yeovil and just come home. I'd obviously call in on people back up the M5 on the way back that I'll deal with. But you can't just do that now. So it's just impossible. So I can stop off at a services, get a coffee and WhatsApp email and generate as much business this way as I did. I mean, it's been proven now. I've done more business in September than I did last September. I was on the road constantly because I'm not sat in my car for 4 hours, not able to. Now I'm constantly in my email or WhatsApp. I can answer everything straight away, ask other questions. I mean, obviously sending these, the slips straight to you regarding this course at Lake Como, things like that. I can just pull over for 10 minutes. I can send 10 bits of information out in no time. Before you know, it's generated. Well, that actually generated someone saying that I need to buy some Genos and Evolution. Not had it before because of that Lake Como a seminar, webinar that's on at the end of the month.
Looks good.
And well, he ordered like 14 Genos and 12 Evolution from me sending him that, which is like, nearly a £2,000 order. So it's.
Do you want to tell people that are listening, Dave, what that actually is? I know you're talking about it but because I know that Kate, Will, and myself know what you're talking about. This course that's coming up, if you can remember the date.
It's Astoria. It's Lake Como Institute. It's all to do with what is it? It's sinus.
It's all sinus grafting.
A bit more. You've probably been on it during the cohort, haven't you, Will?
I've been 2 or 3 times. I've been twice. I've been at least twice, I think. To
Lake Como.
Yeah, to the institute. I mean, That
the course
brilliant.
itself is normally about 1,100 euros.
It's fantastic.
You have to get your flights over there and everything. It's live surgery, but this is obviously we can't do that now. So it's a live webinar. 23rd and 24th of October, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
and his audio visual and the camera work is incredible. I mean, the high definition stuff. You are in the sinus. It is
so
quite
basically.
Brilliant.
You've actually been out there to Lake Como, to the island. I know the island you mean, where you get the little boat out.
All for work, mate. All for
work. I've been there on holiday, so I know where you mean, and it's a beautiful little place, isn't it? It's there's the old monastery on there, I think, if I remember rightly, and then there's the restaurant. Is that the same island, or is it?
I don't know. Didn't see the monastery.
Well, it's a ruin.
Yeah. But there's lots of restaurants and nice things to do there. The environment is pretty special, isn't it? Really.
Will was busy working.
Sorry, of course. Well, I know how it is with implant conventions and Will and me.
Hopefully we'll be able to get out there again one day. But for now, they're doing a live webinar. And it's sorry,
mate.
Sorry, I jumped in there. So it's €200 for
good job.
For osteobile users that are already using osteobile. For non-osteobile users, it's €100 for the course. They're recording it so you can re-watch it up to 6 weeks after. So if you can't make it on the day, I don't know if I can send you the flight to put it out there for anyone that's interested. I don't know how it works.
Maybe swap it on Facebook.
Yeah, put it out on social media. Yeah.
Short notice, but because you've not got to fly over to Lake Como, it's a live video stream. Yeah. Obviously, if you can't make it actually at the time, as long as you register, then you'll be able to log in at any time and watch up to 6 weeks after. And I think Testori and the guy Espinosa, is it?
Esposito, yeah.
Esposito, Marco.
Yeah. I think they're two of the most. Two of the top guys in Europe, aren't they? What they do.
Yeah, well, for people who don't know, Marco will give you the science and the stats and rip up all the, the papers that are worth ripping up and that kind of thing. Whereas the surgery that you see is just phenomenal. I mean, it is off the scale.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I'll get the information over to you, Kate. If you can get that on, that would be brilliant. But there's only 20 spaces. I know you guys are on it, and I've got a few others on. So as we speak, there might only be a few places. I think it's a bit of a first come, first served. So we did have 20 spaces. We paid for 20 spaces. So it was yesterday. I think we've done 12 because I then started advertising it yesterday or Friday. Sorry, last Friday.
Okay.
So,
bad luck, everybody.
I think there are a few, and we might, if we do get interest from this, it might be a case we might be able to book another. Because it's not like you're going to be there, so I don't know why we couldn't. I think it's maybe because we had to pay up front for 20 spaces. Maybe we can get another 10 if it comes to it. So we can sort something out.
Well worth it, and we're not sponsored by anybody or anything. No. And but I think we've spoken tonight about things that we believe in purely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And stuff that we're happy to endorse for nothing really, other than to endorse it because we think other people will benefit from it.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I tell you what, I don't endorse these Apple headphones. They keep slipping out my ears. I've got the wrong shaped ears for them.
Yeah, they're rubbish. I've got some Aer Lingus ones, that you get on a flight for about €3. They've got a little shamrock on.
Nice.
I'm confused from headphones in, so I can hear you all so perfect and clear. I don't. Is it to drown out noise from around the house?
In my case, 100%.
His dogs who go mental for Lenny Kravitz, is it?
It's the rustling of the creatures in the beard.
Yeah.
Will and I are still deaf from last week.
Yeah. She's not around, so I can't do it.
Gentlemen, I mean, I could definitely carry on chatting. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right, you're going to have to come back on again, Dave. You're going to have to come back on.
I've got a curry to cook.
There you are. Seriously, guys, I mean, we could all talk for a lot more for different reasons. It's really good. Dave, I am going to put you on the spot, or I might just answer for you and say, yes, you are coming back on.
Of course I'm coming back on. Cool.
because we'd love to know a lot more about what you do and with Trycare. As you all know, we're a big supporter of you. But that's for you alone, I must say, particularly because of what you do. Will, thank you as ever. You've been wonderful. What sort of curry are you cooking?
I don't know. I'm going to pull out a jar from the cupboard. I think it's probably going to be the Rogan drop jar is coming out.
Very nice.
Watch out,
Very
with a bit
nice.
of extra chilies in it. Beware, everyone.
Fantastic. Carl Horton, thank you very much as always.
Pleasure.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen out there, we hope you have a lovely evening, fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
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 Bye.